Welcome back to How to Clay It. Alright guys, so I know it's been a long time since I've been on here, but I am back. So today I'm going to be trying to make some pound cakes. I'm sure that everyone is pretty familiar with pound cake. Yeah, it's been around for a long time. But I'm going to be trying to make pound cake today, and I'm going to be trying to make like 4 different kinds. So 2 different flavors, a regular flavor and a lemon flavor, and then 4 different types. Wait, how am I trying to explain this? Okay, so for the regular flavor, I'm going to do a circle cake and then a loaf cake, and then for the lemon flavor, I'm going to do a circle cake and a loaf cake. So 4 cakes in total there. So I'm going to try to do that, and I want to see if I can also make a I want to see if I can also make a lemon cane. I've never tried one of those before. You know, I did my tomato cane in one of my previous videos, and that came out pretty good. So I'm thinking that the lemon cane will probably come out pretty good as well. So let's just get started. So for my regular cake, I'm going to be using some tan clay. And for my lemon cakes, I'm going to be using some tan clay mixed with some yellow. So I'm going to take this and roll it out. And I have these templates here that I wanted to use just to make sure everything came out the right size. So I'm going to cut these out and get my cakes shaped the way that I want them to be. I'm going to take my dotting tool and make a hole in the center of my circle cake. So on my template, I went ahead and marked the spaces for where I wanted to add the indents on my circle cake, just so I wouldn't get confused and things wouldn't be unevenly spaced. I'm going to use my needle tool just to go around and mark all of those indents. So for my loaf cake, I'm also going to use my needle tool just to go in and add in more texture and details. So on the top of an actual loaf pound cake, you know, you have that space where there's a lot of texture and then exposed cake. So I'm going to go in and add that. I'm also going to use my needle tool just to add in a few more details. So I repeated the same process with the yellow cakes. So now I'm just going to go in and add more details and texture using a toothbrush, some aluminum foil, and then some toothpicks. So now that I have those done, I'm going to go in and add some shading with my pastels. I'm going to be using yellow, orange, and brown. I always start out with a light layer of yellow first, and then I go in and add my darker colors. I'm going to repeat this process with my loaf cake. And on the top of my loaf cake, I'm not going to shade in that exposed cake area because I want that to stay the same color as the cake on the inside. Alright, so on to my lemon cane. I'm going to take some translucent and yellow clay, and I'm going to just form that into a circle and cut out 8 wedges. Then I'm going to take some white and translucent, and I'm going to roll that out really thin. I'm going to cut out slices just to add to the inside of each wedge. I'm going to take a piece of that also and just roll out a little log to add to the center of my lemon. So once I have all of those put together, I'm going to take some white clay and roll it out. And I'm just going to cut out a piece to add around the entire edge of the lemon. I ended up not having a long enough piece at first, but that's okay. You can just go back and cut out a piece from your scraps and add it to it. So for my outer edge of my lemon, I'm just going to roll out some yellow clay and then add that to the edge. So I'm going to trim off any excess I have, and now it's time to start rolling and squeezing this. So you want to just squeeze it in really gently because you don't want to mess up the pattern that you have. And I'm just going to roll it out really thin and really small to the size that I need for my cakes. So whenever you're making a cane, you don't want to slice out the slices you need right away because they won't hold their shape. So I'm just going to set it to the side for a little. Now I have some translucent mixed with white clay and white pastels, and I'm going to use this to ice my lemon cakes. So once I have those iced, I'm going to take my lemon cane and I'm going to cut out some slices to use to place on top. So for my circle cake, I'm just going to cut a slice, cut it in half, and then I'm going to also cut that in half to add little wedges around the circle cake. For the loaf cake, I ended up taking half slices and adding those to the top. Alright, so I'm going to get everything ready to bake, but before I bake these, I want to go ahead and cut out a couple of slices from each cake. So once I have my slices cut out, I'm going to go in with my needle tool and add in texture. So I used my needle tool to add in texture first, and then I went back with my toothbrush just to smooth some of that out. Now these are ready to bake. So now that I have my items baked, I'm going to use some matte and gloss glaze to finish these off. For my lemon cakes, I use a gloss glaze on my icing and the lemons, and then for the rest of the cakes, I use matte. So I'm going to use these little wooden pieces I created just to help set little scenes for my cakes. If you want to see how I created these, just comment below and let me know. So here we have the finished product. I am very satisfied with how these came out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I think my cakes turned out really well. I'm also thinking about selling them in my shop as little miniature scenes, so let me know down below if you're interested in that. I also want to show you guys my newest charm, which is a rose. I've never made flowers out of clay before, but this turned out pretty well. So you can find this in my Etsy shop. That link will be down below. And I'll see you guys next week for another video.